Welcome back, students. Now, our next topic is explain two-dimensional transformation or explain two-dimensional geometric transformation. Explain various types of two-dimensional transformation. Class, this topic contains at least 10 to 15 marks questions. Now, let's restart. What is two-dimensional transformation? First is, what is two-dimensional transformation? Class, we are creating variety of pictures and graphics with the help of different application softwares. By using these application softwares, we are creating many pictures and many graphics and many things, many objects. But in some applications, there is also a need for altering or manipulating the displays, the pictures or graphics you create. So transformation is changes in orientation. Orientation means angle, size. You want to increase the size of an object, reduce the size of an object, and shape. So these three alterations, transformations on the objects are performed with the help of geometric transformation, or you can say two-dimensional transformation. In general, we can say after object creation, or you can say after creating an object, sometimes we require to change the object in position, in orientation, in size, is called two-dimensional transformation. Or these changes in position, changes in orientation, changes in size are done with the help of two-dimensional transformation. Class, the basic two-dimensional geometric transformations are translation, rotation, and scaling. These are the basic. We have another two transformations that we are applied to objects. One is reflection and another is shear. Now, in today's lecture, we discuss two transformations. One is translation and another is scaling. Right, class? First is translation. Translation means you want to reposition the object from one coordinate location to another, or you can say you want to shift the object from one position to another. For example, let's see in this picture there is one object that is P having a coordinates, this original point P having coordinates x and y. Now this object is shift from this location to this. After shifting, this P becomes P dash. Their coordinates will be x dash, y dash. But my question is, how we translate this object, this point, from one position to another? This is only done by adding translation distances t, this is t, in the original coordinates x and y. Then we get shifted point P dash having coordinates x dash and y dash. After applying translation distances in the original coordinates x and y, we get the equations x dash is equal to original x and adding tx. Tx is a translation distance shift vector, you can say it. Y dash is equal to y plus ty. Right, class? This tx and ty is called as translation distance pair. You can say it as it is a translation vector, or you can say it is a shift vector. So we can express these translation equations. These two are called as translation equations. These translation equations are represented in matrix forms by using column vectors like this way. Right, this is a two single matrix is there. In this we are representing this is called as P dash. So P dash having a coordinates x dash and y dash, so we are represented like this, and original P having a coordinates x and y, we are representing like this. And this is your translation matrix. This is translation distance T. So then it contains Tx and Ty. Right, now we get a equation P dash is equal to P plus T. P dash is the shifted point, right? And this is the P having a original point, and this is the T translation distance vector. Right, class? One thing more we have to consider in translation. Translation is a rigid body transformation. Means when you move the object, when you shift the object from one location to another without deformation, means the object form is not changed. Means every point on the object is translated by the same amount. So there will be no deformation in translation. Now we explain translation with the help of one example. Class, suppose we have a one triangle having vertex A, B and C. Look at this diagram. This is A, this is B and this is C, right? A having coordinates 2, 2. First 2 represent x and next is y. So this is x2, 2. We have put a cross here, okay? Then next is B, 10, 2. This is 10x and this is 2y. Put cross here. C, 5, 5. This is 5 to 5, right? Now join these vertices. Now you have created a triangle. Now you want to shift this triangle from one locations to another. We got the formula P dash is equal to P plus T. We apply this formula on A vertex, on B vertex and on C vertex, right? Now our translation distances means shift vector means translation distance vector Tx and Ty is given. Tx is 5 and Ty is 6. Now we want this triangle is shift from this location to this. So how it happened? Now we are using this formula on every vertex of that triangle. First vertex is A. So A dash, how it comes? A dash is equal to original A plus T. Original A having a column matrix, a single matrix column 2 2, okay, 2 2 given it like this, and T is T means Tx and Ty. Tx is given 5 and Ty is given 6. So 5 and 6. After adding these two columns, we single matrix, we having a result 7 by 8. So we can represent, this is the new coordinate 7 by 8. Okay, this is A dash. Now B dash is original B plus translation distance is T. So original coordinates B is having 10, 2. So 10, 2, x above side and y downside, 10 over 2. Then Tx is again 5 and 6. Now we add these two single matrices, 10 plus 5, 15, and 6 plus 2, 8. We have another got new coordinates 15, 8. These are the new coordinates of B dash. Now we apply on translation distances C dash. C dash, how it comes? C dash is equal to C plus T. So original coordinate C is 5, 5, right? And translation distances T is 5, 6, right? 5 plus 5, 10. 5 plus 6 is 11. So we have new coordinates 10, 11 of C dash. Now apply these transformed coordinates on the graph, right? First coordinate is 7, 8. This is 7 and this is 8. Put cross here, right? This is your A dash. Now second is B dash, 15, 8. This is 15 and this is 8. Put cross here. Very good. B dash says 10, 11. This is 10 and this is 11, right? Put cross here and join these three vertices. You see, after applying transformation equation on the original coordinates A, B, C, your object moves from one position to another, right class? Now we move to our next topic, that is scaling. A scaling transformation means you want to alter the size of an object. Means you want to change the size of an object, or you want to alter the size of an object. I have already discussed these types of transformations can be carried out on polygons by multiplying the coordinate values of each vertex by scaling factors Sx and Sy, so that we can produce transformed coordinates x dash and y dash. Class, in translation you are applying translation distances, that is Tx and Ty. In scaling transformations you are applying scaling factors, that is called as SF scaling factors, that is Sx and Sy. Sx, that scales the object in the x direction, and Sy, that scales the object in y direction. Now we got the equations. Your scaled transformed coordinates x dash is equal to original x into Sx. This into means you want to enlarge. This multiply defines you can enlarge or you can reduce, right? Plus means you can shift. Okay, so x dash, how it comes? Your original coordinates x is multiplied with the scaling factors Sx, and and y dash comes, original y is multiplied by the scaling factor sy. Now we got from these equations we transform with these equations into the matrix forms. This x dash y dash is your transformed p, right? P dash. This is the matrix of your scaling factors. This sx increases the size, or you can say scales the object in x direction, and this is your sy scales the object in the y direction, right? Because we are performing these homogeneous coordinates multiplied by original coordinates, that is x and y. Now from these equations we got a formula: p dash is equal to scaling factor s multiply with original point having coordinates x and y, that is called as original p. Now we apply this formula on one example. You can take any positive numeric value to the scaling factors sx and sy. Class, one thing you will be noted: values less than 1 reduce the size of an object. Means if these scaling factors means this sx and sy having value less than 1, it means your object will be reduced, right? Values greater than 1 produce an enlargement. Means if these scaling factors having value greater than 1, your object size will be enlarged. Enlarged means you will increase the size of an object. When these scaling factors are assigned the same value, or same value means both are sx and sy both are having value 1, the object size will not change. It will leaves that object remain same. So when xx and sy assign the same value, you can say it's a uniform scaling. And if we have given an unequal values to sx and sy, we can say it gives us results in a differential scaling. So class, these three factors you can put in your mind. When scaling factors greater than 1, object will be enlarged. When these scaling factors having less than 1, object size will be reduced. If scaling factors are equal to 1, your object size will not be changed. Now we discuss one example. Class, suppose this is original triangle having 3 coordinates: a is equal to 0, 0, b is equal to 1, 1, and c having coordinates 5, 2. Now our question is, we want to magnify this triangle to twice of its size. Twice matlab we want to double its size. So it means your scaling factors having value 2, right? Now sx is 2 and sy is also 2. Now remember that formula equation: when scaling factor values is greater than 1, it means object will be enlarged. Yes, same we perform this one. Now see, in this example you have seen there is a small triangle, this one, and this is the biggest triangle, right? This biggest triangle is achieved by applying scaling transformation, class, right? Now we discuss, let's see, we discuss a having coordinates, this a having coordinates 0, 0, so put cross here, right? Next is b is 1, 1, this one, and this one, put cross here, right? B. Next is 5 2, this is 5 and this is 2, put cross 2 here, join this. Now you have make this original triangle. Now you want to magnify this triangle to twice of its size. So how we can do it? We can do it A dash having coordinates x dash and y dash. So this x dash, how we apply your scaling transformation formula. P dash is equal to P into S, right? So P dash is, we are taking one coordinate x dash is equal to original x multiplied by Sx. This is your scaling factor. Sx is 2 and original x is 0, right? 0 into 2 0. So y dash is also comes 0. So A dash having coordinates 0 0. Now apply B dash on scaling transformation on B dash. B dash having coordinates x dash and y dash. How x dash will come? Your original x is multiplied with the scaling factors Sx. Now in this equation B dash, x is 1 1, scaling factor is 2, 2 ones are 2, and y dash, y into Sy, original y is 1, 1 into 2 is 2. Then you have got new coordinates 2 comma 2. Now we apply scaling factors on C coordinates. So C dash, how it comes? Having two coordinates x dash and y dash. X dash, how it comes? Original x is 5 into Sx is 2, 5 2s are 10, and y 2 into 2 is equal to 4. We having new coordinates 10 comma 4. Now apply these coordinates. So this is 0 0, yes, we put it here. A dash 2 2, this is 2 and this is 2, B dash, and next is 10 4, this is 10 and this is 4, put cross here. Now join this A dash, B dash and C dash. Now you see your object will be enlarged. Why it is enlarged? Because your scaling factor is greater than 1, so object size will be enlarged. Now class, these are in transformations we discuss only two transformation. One is translation and another is scaling. In the next lecture we discuss rotation, right? Rotation and reflection and shear. So thank you very much class.